So ever since, on October the 10th last year, the then Cabinet voted through these cuts as their proposals for running the Council's finances, we've known that it would come to this moment. Desperate cuts, increasing costs for the public, directly and indirectly, more homelessness, more crisis spending on social care, more substance abuse, more crime, more fly tipping, more car journeys, more congestion, more carbon and less recycling. More costs for the police, more costs for the NHS, more costs for the charities that support our most vulnerable, more cost for district councils, more cost for the public, and more cost for our environment. And not joined up. In the full council debate on the winter fuel allowance on October the 3rd, we all unanimously agreed that the county should, quote, encourage local efforts to promote pension credit uptake through council services and partnerships with local charities and community organisations to ensure that all eligible pensioners in Hampshire are supported in claiming their entitlement. And on October the 14th, today, potentially deciding to cut support to the Citizens' Advice and to the CVSs that give that support and that help local charities and community organisations. In February 2024, we passed a new transport plan saying that public transport, walking and cycling should become a preferred option for travel, resulting in lower levels of private car use. And in October 2024, we have a proposal to cut vital support for buses such as the 61 to Winchester, Twyford, Colton Common and Eastleigh, and expect people to drive far further to recycle. I'm particularly concerned about the cuts to homelessness support. Everything we know about helping people in the most desperate situations is that secure housing is the absolute first step. Housing first, with the support necessary to help people maintain that tenancy and get on the journey to a better life. Without that, continued problems with substance abuse, crime, homelessness, huge health problems, and demand on the NHS and social care. And this is so unjoined up. Districts across Hampshire are facing a very sharp increase in homelessness costs, with major concerns that the costs and problems will worsen in the future, with changes to rent rules, lack of clarity for future refugee support, and the new programme for early release from prison. There's lack of clarity on government funding for homelessness, which may only become clear on October the 30th. If ever there was a time where the county, district, police, NHS, and the charity partners and specialist housing associations need to be working closely together, this is it. Unilaterally pulling the plug is not the way. And finally, tips. I sat on the committee that scrutinised this and it just doesn't add up. Let's not forget our starting point. One of the lowest recycling rates of any county council in the country. And the proposal, cutting tips across the county, even though residents have told us the other ways they want to see savings. It's also not joined up. You have a proposal in front of you to cut tips in clusters, for example, Bishop's Waltham, Fair Oak, Hedge End, that serve some of the areas with the fastest housing growth in Hampshire, requiring people to drive far further than the guidance set out by WRAP, the Waste and Resources Action Programme, the national body that sets out best practice guidance. And again, driving up costs for districts who will be dealing with the fly tipping that will inevitably follow. Cabinet, I know you can do better than this. You have the opportunity today to listen to residents and listen to councillors and do what's right for the residents of Hampshire. I recognise you're not responsible for the mismanagement and failed leadership that has fuelled this situation nationally, although your party is. But you are responsible for missed opportunities locally, and now we're at a point of crisis. Please make decisions that are joined up, that work for the future, that care for our most vulnerable residents, that care for our environment, that reflect what you've heard from residents and local organisations, and that don't just shunt costs onto other authorities or even other parts of the council. You know there is a better way. Please take it today and do what's right for Hampshire.